YouTube, we got something new that we want to share with you. This is a Keltec Sub2000. Just got this today. Just picked it up this morning from the gun dealer. I got it from our local FFL in terms of where I actually picked it up from, but it was actually purchased from Gun Broker. If you follow these things and you're familiar with them, you probably know that they're hard to find. You can't get them anywhere. Not in the gun stores anyway, or gun shows. You just don't see them around. They're a very popular gun, very well made. You hear people say they sell really fast, and then Keltec doesn't have a huge manufacturing capacity. It just doesn't make a whole lot of them. It doesn't make a lot of them. Not as many as they should to keep up with the demand. But you see, it's nice. I mean, this is a 40 caliber carbine. These things come in 9mm and in 40 cal. This one is a 40 cal. As you see, it folds in half. It's 16 inches folded, about a 16-inch barrel, 16.1-inch barrel. You can see it's very compact when it's folded. You've seen this if you've seen other videos with these things. You literally, and this is just your regular stuff. This isn't a special backpack. This is your regular, backpack, and you toss it right in there. Zip it up, and bam, you be on your way. I mean, it's light. It's like a 4-pound firearm, rifle, carbine, and it's really, really nice. So, there's nothing not to like about it in those regards. Very functional. You push these buttons. There's a button here on the end. If you can see that, you push that button, and that releases this little latch, and you're able to unfold the gun. Assuming I can do that. I made that look harder than it really is. As you unfold it, you can see your rear sight is an aperture sight. It flips up. So you can see that flip up as you're unfolding the rifle. The barrel locks down into place. Now you're ready to go. I mean, it's just that simple. This is an all polymer weapon in terms of the receiver, the forend. All of this is polymer. This buttstock. You got a metal buffer tube, obviously a metal barrel. But the rest of the gun is polymer, and because of that, it's very light. But this is, just to put my hands on it, I just got it today. This is very tough stuff. I mean, this stuff is, I have no problems or no concerns with the durability of it or with the thought that it's going to last. It's very tough, very rigid, very rugged rather. And I think it's going to be fine. You got your charging handle right here. So you pull that to the back in order to retract your bolt. Load your weapon. If you pull it back and to the right, you can actually lock it. You hit it, close it, load your first round. It does not. The bolt does not lock to the rear when you're firing and you hit an empty magazine. You can feel. I'll tell you this. We did take this out already. We just came back from the range with it, as a matter of fact. And as you just saw, you can actually feel, even though the bolt doesn't lock back, you can feel when you hit that last round. I mean, you can feel it. It's just got a, it's got a distinct feeling to it. If you're experienced with firearms, shooting firearms, and you got a feel for weapons in general anyway, you can actually feel that the last round just discharged. I gotta tell you something now. I was torn when I was looking at getting this. I was torn about the idea of the sights. Well, I wasn't torn. I took that back. I was already decided, based on other reviews I've seen on YouTube, that the front sight was garbage. And I'll tell you something. I had no intention of even shooting this thing with the front sight. I've got some stuff, and I'm going to show you the stuff that I'm going to put on here. I've already actually ordered the gear. When I ordered this gun, I went ahead and ordered the stuff that I'm going to put on it. I had no intention of shooting it like it came out of the box. My intention was when I got it, I was going to kit it out like I wanted it and take it to the range. We got a little bit excited. My son and I went and picked it up today, and we were just like, we took it out the box, and we were like, hey, this shit is cool. Let's go try it. So we took it to the range just like it is. And I'll tell you something. This thing is popping. I mean, just like it is out of the box. You know, I heard a lot of people on YouTube and forums that I went to, you know, talk about how the front sight is hard to adjust, and it may be, but as it happens, I don't need to adjust it not even an inch. I mean, this thing is on point. I mean, literally just pop, pop, pop. Everything goes exactly where you're aiming. It is without question. My son and I were talking. My daughter fired this too, and she doesn't like, you know, semi rifles. But she was able to shoot it effectively, and she really doesn't shoot too well, but she was able to shoot this well. This has got to be the easiest gun to shoot that I've ever shot in my life. I mean, you know, handgun, rifle, shotgun, whatever. I mean, this has to be the easiest, just gun in general. If someone just said, hey, what's the easiest firearm that you've ever shot? This has to be it. I mean, this has to be it. This thing, and it's fun. I gotta tell you, just shooting it, it's fun. It has just a rhythm and feel to it when you're shooting it, that it just feels good. It feels like it's made to be shot. You know, I guess all guns are, but it just feels like it's supposed to be shot. And the sight is incredible. It's ugly. The sight is, and you can take a look at it if you see through there and take a look at the front one. It's a blade sight. You know, but it's excellent sight, to be honest with you, in terms of the actual use of it. So you know, I'm kind of, well, I'm not, I guess I'll say I'm torn now. I'm not torn now because I've already bought the stuff I'm going to add on here that's necessary for me to take that sight off, do it. And to take that sight off, I'm going to have to destroy it. At any rate, it will block the sight that I'm going to put up here, the optics I'm going to put on here. But I kind of going to hate to see it go. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. That sight, these iron sights are, well, fixed sights. This one is not iron, it's plastic, but you know, whatever. Those fixed sights are part of the fun of shooting this thing, and it's just it's crazy, it's ridiculous, it's fun. A couple things I didn't like about it, and there are only a couple very small things. Not crazy about the feel of the pistol grip, you know. And that's just me. It's not something I've heard other people complain about, but I'm not particularly crazy about it. But I've got a solution to that too, and I'll show you, because that's part of what I'm going to be adding on to here. So it's not a big deal for me, because you know, I'm going to take care of it. You got, as you see, you got plenty of ridges and a little check right here on both sides for grip, and you got these lines in the front of the grip, pistol grip, that you can it'll help you, you know, hang on to it. And you have those in the back of the pistol grip as well, if you can see that along there. So you know, it's plenty of you're gonna get plenty of traction on it when you got it. And this thing is so light. I mean, it's great. Magazine release is here. You can see it's a little button that protrudes out. You know, so it's a little stiff, but maybe it'll loosen up in time. I don't know, or maybe that's just how it's gonna be. And then your safety. It's a crossbolt safety. Not everyone likes those, but you know, it's functional. It does what it's supposed to do. So that's fine. As I said, the charging handle is really tight. You know? So you get used to it. You gotta put some strength into that. And then the only other thing I didn't like, so I got distracted. I was talking about things I didn't like. One was the grip on the pistol grip. The other is this butt plate right here. In fact, when I first started shooting it, I couldn't stand it. Like, this is very rough, very rigid, and it digs into your shoulder. You know, so as we shot it more and more, you get used to it, and you start to position yourself and position the, you know, the butt of the rifle on your shoulder in a way that doesn't bug you as much. And then it's summertime, so I guess if it was, you know, you just got a t-shirt, but if it was wintertime and you had on more clothes, you wouldn't feel it. But you know, it is irritating. So that someone makes I don't have a butt pad for that. Someone makes one. I have seen it somewhere, and I intend to get one. But that's it. I mean, so if you know, oh, and so I was talking about the last thing. We're talking about the types of the calibers that this comes in. It comes in a 9. And it comes in the 40 cal Smith & Wesson. Like I said, this is the 40 cal. I got this for the Glock, and this comes in multiple magazines. So you can get Beretta, I guess, maybe Smith & Wesson or something. I'm not sure. You can get Sig P226 mags, Beretta, I believe the Smith & Wesson, or Glock. for it to fit. So I got the Glock one. Now what I wanted originally was the P226, because I have a P226 and I already have some magazines for it. So that was my original plan, but I couldn't find it. These are hard to find, like I said, and what I kept finding was the Glock model was more available, and so that's what I ended up getting. And I think I'm happy that I did it that way anyway. And you know, it's great to have the interchangeable mags. And this is certainly a gun that you can hit the road with. I mean, this is an excellent. I think this is a gun everyone should have in their house. You can, you know, if you're one of those shit hits the fan people, or you know, end of the world, or the zombies are coming, or whatever. I mean, this is. I don't know that you get better than this. You can literally move with this so easily. Pack this up, like I just said. You throw it in a book bag and be on your way. You carry that with a nice sidearm. That's a good package. I mean, you can hunt some small game with it. It really gives you a much more powerful punch out of that 40 round. You know, it gives you a lot more range out of it. It gives you just phenomenal accuracy out of it. So you can do things with it that, you know, you obviously just aren't going to be able to do with a handgun, but you still got the those same handgun rounds and the interchangeability of those rounds in the magazines. But in any case, I couldn't get a P226. I got the Glock, and I say I ended up being glad for it. I think because the Glock rounds, frankly, are a lot cheaper and easier to get than the Sig round. So I was able to get. It comes with this. And this is a Glock round, and when I say it's a Glock round, I mean it's actually a Glock manufactured round. Actually, Glock brand, and it comes with just a 1 10-round mag. So I got that. So I've got the Glock brand mags. I got the one that came with it, which is the 10-rounder. I got the 3 15-rounders, and then I got 3 of these 22 rounders. These are nice 22-round 40 mags. I mean that's a lot of juice. I'm gonna go get some more of these actually, maybe 5 or 6 more of them actually. Maybe I have around 10 of them all together, because you can't have enough of those. 22 rounds of 40 that's sweet. These are all Glock bags. I understand that this weapon doesn't feed too well. It doesn't do too well with the Korean brand mags for the Glocks. So these are Glock 22 Glock brand mags. Last thing, really quick. In shooting this, and I'm, you know, again, you pull this trigger guard down. That's how you fold the weapon, and it folds neatly right back in half. All right, so that's sweet. That's nice. Now I'm going to splice in a picture of some of what we did at the range with the targets. Some of the video we took of shooting it, and I'll splice that in somewhere in this video. The one thing I'll point out, and they talked about reliability a lot on this rifle, and everyone was very pleased with it. I am going to say this, and I hope this turns out to be just a, you know, we were breaking it at the end of the day. I think we shot maybe 250 rounds out of it. I did not oil it, so it was lubricated when it was shipped, but I didn't break it apart or oil it, and I should have. I understand these things like to run wet, but I had multiple failure to feeds today, and that's, you know, that's not. I hear that's not a problem with this rifle. In fact, I've heard just the opposite, that it feeds flawlessly. I was shooting some Remington 180 grain full metal jackets, you know, ammo that I used, target rounds that I used, you know, with my other guns, that I've never had a problem with the rounds. So I don't think it's the rounds. I don't see why it should be. They're not, you know, aluminum case rounds, which I understand this thing doesn't feed well with aluminum case rounds. These are brass, and I just, you know, 8 or 10 failure to feeds out of 250 rounds. You talk about something approaching 5%. That's unacceptable. One is unacceptable, but 5% of your shots you're risking a failure to feed, and it's not a rifle that you can rely on. So I hope that that's not the issue, and I'm going to do a follow-up on that issue as soon as I've cleaned it and lubed it up and take it back out to the range. And I'm sure that's not going to be a problem, because too many other people said they haven't had a problem. Really quick, I'm going to close this out. I'm going to show you what I got for this thing, and we're going to be putting on it. And I'm going to do this tonight actually, and I'm going to repost a new video once everything is set. So we've got a red line precision rail. This is an indexing rail, simply meaning it rotates around the barrel so once you set it up, you'll have this on here. This locks on the barrel. You can loosen this lug nut, and you can rotate in 90-degree increments the fore end. Okay, now I've got 2 Picatinis on here. This is going to be the top for my optic. That's going to be the bottom. And this is so because with other forends that you could add onto this rifle, the problem becomes you can't fold it with an optical, and that kind of defeats the whole one of the magical things about this rifle is the ability to fold it, and you don't really want to put it in a position where you lose that ability. So we're gonna have that hooked up. I'll show you that when it's ready. I'm going to put on there a vertical grip that I have around here somewhere. It's right here, in fact. And this is just a UTG. This is the only thing UTG I've ever bought. I understand people hate UTG. I'm not sure about the other products because I've never bought any. Everyone talks about them so bad. I'm scared to spend any money on anything that's UTG. Except this vertical grip. You can't go wrong with who can mess up a vertical grip? I've had this for a couple of years. I've had it on my AR. I don't use it on my AR because actually when I shoot the AR, I hold the magazine well as a vertical contact point rather than the actual vertical grip. And I much prefer shooting it that way. So I wasn't using this, so I'm going to add this onto the Sub 2000. The next thing we're going to be adding on is just this little rubber holder, and this rubber holder simply goes over your charging handle. This is hard to pull, as I said. This thing can dig into your finger some because it's metal. That rubber holder simply goes on there, and then you got your little cheek piece for the buffer tube. This is all metal, so that's going to go over there. It just gives you a little bit more padding, maybe a little more feel to line your face up on it. I've heard people say that they had in other people's reviews they had problems with when they initially started shooting how close you gotta get your face to it. I don't have a problem with that at all. I thought it was great, but I think this would be great too because you don't have to have the cold metal or the hot metal up against your face depending on what time of year it is. We got a whole grip. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about this, but this is going to take care of that for me. So it's a whole grip I'm going to throw in there, and that's going to be that. Alright, then I got a Streamlight TLR 1 light that I'm going to put on the bottom of the rail mount just in front of the vertical grip. And then for optics, I've got a Burris TAC 30. This is nice. Mounted on the pepper mount with a Fast Fire 3 mounted on top of the TAC 30. The Fast Fire 3 is a red dot. The TAC 30 is a full magnification scope. Alright. That's going to be the setup. Keltec Sub 2000. We'll get back with you when we get everything assembled. At this range, they go through the same damn hole. Look, this shit is incredible. The last two shots, I tried to put them at the intersection of the circles and the vertical line. It's like you peg it right on there. You can literally, at this range, put it wherever you want. A pistol round. Look at that. That bottom left little cross. This shit is so easy. This shit's amazing. This is amazing. You can perform surgery with this baby here. Oh my God.